want to say thanks for watching, thanks for support, thanks for everything. And also, I don't want to really make anybody angry or upset anybody, but there's something I think I've been thinking about this for a while. Something that I know deep down inside, I thought this way for a quite a while now that certain things were going to happen, and they did. I made a post about it not too long ago. I'm not sure exactly all the reasons why that maybe it did happen, but I had a gut feeling that it was going to happen because I just had this, it's just way things were. Because even though apparently I don't know somebody, I did know somebody enough to know that, and some other things too in the past. Not saying that I know everything about this individual, but Anyway, I'm gonna move on from that to what it was about to a point. Basically, what it boils down to is, and this has been happening to quite a been happening quite a bit lately in this band, um, and uh, and I was wondering if it was because of maybe them just having life things happening, which it might very well be. Maybe they're moving on beyond the scope of the band. Or it could be other reasons. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate about that because I don't know. I can voice my opinion about it, but my opinion is not a fact. And nobody should quote me on that if I do say anything because I don't know. Just because I think something does not mean it's a fact. But anyway, basically, the Butcher Babies. Um, Apparently, Carla announced that she was leaving, along with, I know their drummer left a while back, their bass player left a while back. So, really, the only two people originally in the band is Heidi and Henry, the guitar player. Um, so, yeah, it's rather interesting. Now, I'm not sure fully why, because I don't know. But I have my reasons why I feel a certain way because of certain things that have happened. Things I've witnessed in just interviews, things like that, and even just the certain things that happened during this last tour that something wasn't there, and I'm thinking that they're going to be on tour for maybe a little bit, but I think that I don't know. I'm not certain what happened. Maybe somebody else decided to say goodbye. Maybe they felt like they didn't need this other individual anymore. Um, Carla, that is. Um, Thanks for the like. Um, and I really, to be honest, I'm not saying it's one person or the other, but I had this feeling that certain individuals felt a certain way about it um, for quite a while. And maybe this other person, after seeing videos of them being on tour while they were having their operation done, that's a possibility. I mean, it seemed like somebody was awfully comfortable. Oh, thank you. Who in the world is this? Fart inhaler? But anyway, what I was trying to say is sorry about the interruption. Um, there's been some things that have happened that I feel like probably hinted towards that because other people have left already prior to this. And also some of the videos that I saw without certain individuals being there. Um, I have a feeling that I had a feeling, very strong feeling that this was going to happen fairly shortly. And I think a part of it might be because of the lack of success with their new song, part of it, but other things as well. Because I think somebody feels that they are the band and that everybody else is in their band. Is what I feel. Not saying they're a bad person. Not saying anything negative. But that's how I can't, I portray it as. Whether I'm correct or incorrect, I don't know. Um, just like other bands, there's always been bands that have separated for certain reasons, and I'm sure maybe they left all on good terms and they've had no problems whatsoever. Um, you know, it's one of those things. So yeah, it's one of those things. See, I probably won't even be here that long because my throat's still a little sore. It's not doing quite so good. Hello, everybody. I'm not trying to make this a big normal stream, so I apologize for that. Because, like I said, I'm not feeling the best in the world. I'm feeling better than what I have been, but I still feel like a little sore. But all I know is that I wasn't trying. I guess I'm trying to say is I don't want anybody upset with me. Is what I'm trying to say. I want somebody to understand that I've known about them longer than them being in a band, a certain band. And I wanted to get to know them long before that, even before other people knew who they even were. And probably would they be with them now if they weren't in that band? Would that person's life be the same way it is now if it wasn't for that band? I doubt it. I really do. Um, and plus, really, to be honest with you, um, for me, when you really care about somebody in your life, that person is the most important thing in your life, period, no matter what. Um, Granted, life has things come up. You have people in your life besides that, your family, your friends, people that you care about, and their family too. You got to care about their family just as much as your own and the person that you're with, right? To me, that says a lot. You got to make sure that you talk to them, you get to know them, that kind of stuff. I did that, and things didn't quite work out for me because I guess my ex decided I wasn't worth it. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say I know exactly what it was that she was upset about because I don't know. But anyway, it's just like every band out there. I mean, just like James and and Dave Mustaine and even some other bands out there that have had some problems. They've like parted ways, like the Cavalier brothers. They had some issues and stuff, and even in Pantera, the same thing. It happens. People have emotions. They have feelings. They have, you step on their toes or something, or you don't mean be mean to be mean or something, but it does happen. And even though that we are a metal family, things can happen. I, I truly believe that. And that's part of the reason why I want to do this channel is to interview, like I said, rock stars. I'm hoping, and this is a suggestion. I mean, not a command, or I'm not telling anybody what to do, but if they want to reach out to me, get a hold of me. In a band, we're not going to mention any names, but if you want to, you're more than welcome to, especially when things shift a certain way. I would love to have you on, and would love to interview you. Plus, your new endeavor when that happens, because I knew that was going to happen. Because personally, I think I think things will grow. I think it'll get bigger and better because I have this. Like I said, I have this. Either I am really lucky at picking really good bands, or two, I don't know. I'm not sure what my number two is. I just know it seems like every band or anything I really enjoy and love, it always becomes super huge, super huge. Except for Sepultura didn't go quite as well as I hoped. Really, Sepultura should be a lot bigger than they are right now because they are phenomenal. Now, I'm not talking about the guys that are in there now. I'm talking about Max and Igor Cavalera. the original brothers, kind of like Dimebag and Vinny, and that's sad because both of those gentlemen, the guys in Pantera, were phenomenal guys. They were great people. You know, they had fun. They blew the house. You know, basically blew the doors off the whatever venue they were at, enjoying what they did, and it was sad to see things happen the way it happened after a certain point in time. And actually, for a while there, I don't think I was not really into the metal scene, so I wasn't. I mean, it wasn't like following everything closely at the time, so I didn't know what was going on until later on. Kind of like other people passing away, which I didn't know Wayne Static died till years later. And I hear I was waiting for a new album, and I didn't go on. Well, we didn't have much online, so I don't know, and I didn't follow any way of knowing what was going on in the rock industry at the time. So, which kind of sucks. But now that the internet's out here, we know a lot more than we used to. So, and just like the new bands, different bands like Obituary. Um, I wasn't, I was in Kentucky for a while, so it's one of those places where I mean, it was a smaller town. I got to know certain bands, but not like all the bands um, that I know now. So I was kind of, how do you say, it fixed into whatever Headbangers Ball was doing and what was on the radio station. But now it's totally different. Now I can stream anything. So I'm discovering and learning new music. I'm finding new artists all over the place. Um, I do know that there's quite a few that I would love to share with all you guys out there because if you don't know, and I can share it with you, and you learn another band that you will enjoy later on, it's all worth my time. And even certain individuals, when they've got everything squared away, I would love to do that and promote that for them. It'd be my honor. I would love that so much as being the very first to do that. And we don't have to worry about somebody interrupting, the conversation, which I've had probably a couple different conversations that were totally rudely interrupted. And even with other people that they've had interviews with. And I'm so happy that there was like this having New York, there's one interview that somebody kind of spoke up and over certain other individuals, and they know who they are, or know who I'm talking about. Um, and I'm proud of them. I'm just I was like, go for it. I'm just like, she needs that more than anything else, um, because you got to. For me personally, if you're in a band, you have to work together. You have to, give credit to everybody in the band. You have to give credit to all the people that help you, the stage hands, everybody, because they're all important. It's not just the singer. You gotta be humble. You gotta love your fans, and also the people that care about you, and the people that really love who you are as a person. Me personally, kind of like my fans here on the Voice of Metal. I appreciate each and every one of you, and even with Amber, flirt with me tremendously, which I feel honored. I really do. I really do. I mean, that's just one of those things. Is like, I wasn't expecting or planning that at all. So I do appreciate that. And anybody else out there that wants to do that, that's fine. To go right ahead. Nothing harm, no harm, no foul. I guess you could say. Just don't go crazy on me, guys. Just be cool. That's all that matters. Um, I just want to share that with you guys because to me that's important. Um, I know I'm not perfect. I know I'm not, how I say, me the most famous person now. I might not ever be. But the one thing I can say for certain is how I feel about certain things. And I know that if that person is listening or anybody else out there that's listening that really, truly wants somebody that's great, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm perfect. I'm not. I'm not perfect. I'm far from it. And see, look at this. I've got, you know. My hair is all messed up a little bit, but I see I got 4 people watching. Thank you very much. I mean, I'm not sure if anybody's chatting, but it says all messages. So anyway, um, excuse me. I did find out I got COVID, unfortunately. So yeah, I was pretty messed up. I mean, my muscles were aching. My throat was sore. I had congestion. Right now, I've got some stuff to keep my nose from getting all runny. Because if not, I'd be running like a sieve. What can I say? So, and I haven't been able to go to concerts unfortunately because of that. Well, I still want to go some more because it's like I'm kind of like, yeah, I want to go do this. I want to go do this. I want to see certain bands that I've yet to see, but I'm going to, and I want to see. Be awesome. I saw one band I didn't wasn't planning on seeing at least twice. Was it twice or 3 times? No, just twice, I think. And I didn't care whether I did or not. Five Finger Death Punch. I'm not, like I said, I'm not huge, but actually, when they performed on stage, they did a phenomenal job. So I can't diss them at all. They do a phenomenal performance. I will say that much. So have you ever seen Five Finger Death Punch or Raven Black or Purge of the Heretics in Denver? Um, Mind Incision is really good, but I've never seen them live. I'm hoping that eventually they will do live shows. I don't know if they will or have already because I don't know what their itinerary is, and I don't know if they're. I don't even know if they're on Bands in Town because that's where I find all my information about where to go, what to see. Um, I wouldn't mind going out of town for some of the rock festivals. That'd be kind of cool. But I sometimes I don't. I like seeing a bunch of different bands at one place, but I think the smaller venues are so much cooler because you get a little more intimate, personal touch, and you get to actually feel that energy coming from the people in the band. If you get too big, it seems to lose that a little bit. Like the Stones, it was a phenomenal show, but I've enjoyed some of my smaller concert experiences, even and they're a little bit more reasonable than I ever have on the big shows. Even though I have enjoyed them tremendously. I mean, there's certain bands you just will not see in a small venue anymore because they're so big, and everybody wants to see them. But every once in a while, I think there's some people get lucky. They might pop up someplace in a small place and say, "Hey, we're going to perform a little bit for you, just for fun." Um, you never know. So I'm gonna say good night. Thank you, farewell, and have a good night. Appreciate it. Sorry about it not being a normal, playlist type thing, but it's one of those things. I just want to kind of express that message about certain news I heard just recently, and I had this feeling that it would happen eventually. I wasn't surprised by it at all. Just like other things I was right about, that certain things happen before other things happen. And that was a while ago. Yeah. No, there's a couple things I didn't know, and I had a feeling eventually it would happen, but it's one of those things. You never know. Thank you for the likes too, by the way. It means a lot to me. So if you do see me out in Denver or in Colorado Springs, please come up to me and say hello. I'll try to do my best to talk to you, get to know you a little bit, and see what things that you enjoy and like. So take care, have a good night. Don't forget to headbang, like, and subscribe to the Voice of Metal, where we talk about all things metal. And I will see you hopefully next week with a new list. I know I'm missing some states, so I apologize for that. I'm just trying to figure out which states I've got to cover yet, because I do got a playlist with all of them at the end together, so that way they're all one big long playlist of all the states. So thanks for watching. Take care. Have a good night, and don't forget to headbang, like, and subscribe. Take care.